Hey guys, welcome back to the Frick and Frack Show. This is episode 14. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. We want to thank you guys for all the support that you've given us these last 14 episodes. It's been tremendous. We really appreciate all of you guys, and want to just give a huge shout out to the fans and those that just the daily comments, daily messages, daily calls. We really do appreciate you guys.
I think it's insane, man, like how much the growth has happened from episode one to now. I mean, even just like the members of the group interacting with
Oh
each
yeah,
other, becoming friends, man. It's insane. It started with just you and I, and then now all of a sudden, I think we've created this bond with
for sure.
that literally thousands of different people that would never have met outside of that. And
It's true.
the difference between our group and other groups, uh, is it's friendly, it's nice.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw out any names or
it's not hostile.
yeah, man. Some of these are like
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah,
intense, dude.
there's some, and it's like scary that I question how it got approved. And with us, we really don't have to. We haven't had a lot of scenarios where we had to worry about what people were fighting or any kind of bickering or arguing, or something just was said that was pretty crazy or not. But we've had a couple of things, but it wasn't anything humongous.
No, I got booted from a fan group because these people were fighting and going back and forth with each other. And I said, can't we all just love each other? If you want to feel the love and be loved, come over to the freaking Frack Show podcast page.
Oh, that's
The
nice,
admin's
man.
like, see ya.
Yeah,
It's
you're
true, man.
done.
Yeah, they're like, all right, yeah, you can get out of here.
They watch this podcast every week too.
They've definitely watched it grow, and they're just hating, man, hating.
Yeah, they're
That's the
like,
thing
how did
I
you
love.
pass this up already?
Right, that's the thing I like about like BSB Fan United and all that. Like they
Yeah,
share the love, we share their love.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
a great
And
group, man.
there's one big love in this Backstreet family too.
That's
You
right.
know,
It's crazy how five men can just bring a whole community
two men
together. And
together.
right there you go, create a culture, man. Like
Yeah,
it's created a culture
yeah,
of I'll respect you, you respect me.
for
uh
sure, for
let's
sure.
see what this friendship can do, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's see where this can go.
Yeah. So something I wanted to talk to you about last week
Mhm.
was the Dream Street reunion.
Yes, dude, that was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've watched that video about 600 times.
I bet you
I
have.
learned all the harmonies the way they do it now. I learned. Sadly, I can't play guitar. If I did, I would have been probably performing it for you guys today. It was mind blowing. Not
Yeah, man.
joking. It was absolute for the other guys who aren't really musically active as much nowadays to come back and do it. And of course Jesse McCartney, because I would have never thought he would have done it. And it was absolutely fantastic. Really, really sad though. Really, really sad. It's heartbreaking watching it, and the more you watch it, after like the 512 time, you get really sad. And
Jesse looks different. I mean, I get we've all aged, and I don't look like I
yeah,
used to, but like I didn't even recognize him, man.
really.
No, I honestly didn't even recognize him.
See, that's how Jesse looked as a kid, though. Pretty much the same way when he was in Dream Street. With the hair slicked back and things like that. We saw Jesse at the House of Blues in New Orleans probably a year ago, year and a half ago, and he puts on a phenomenal show. And all we were saying was how he looks, how he looks like he did in Dream Street.
That's awesome.
Y- you know, and also he looked like he got a tan, around the eyes and everything. And also it was really sad as well. And um, I was stunned, dude. I was stunned that they all got back together, and or well, four of them got back together, and it was a really really lovely tribute. And it was weird because we had gotten messages saying, "Oh, you guys, they did a reunion," and I'm like, I'm sorry, but we recorded this a day ago, or a day before. I mean, they must have heard us. You know, they must be
Yeah,
watching our
yeah.
Zoom calls because, you
Matt
know,
guy
not
has no
even.
idea who we are.
I mean, hey, you never know. Not
Yeah.
even 24 hours. It's like, oh, you know, here's a video of it happens every time because Caleb has asked for it for 20 something years, and you know, and it was really interesting because you know, it was so well done. You know, it
You
was
think
really
they got
well
in trouble
done.
for doing it?
No, what it seems to be is maybe because they didn't do it for money. Because
Uh,
Greg and the other guy, Matthew, I think his name is the blonde
what a
haired guy.
name. What a
I know,
name.
what a name.
That's stud.
But
Stud.
they had performed together a couple years ago, but it was all for these like bar rooms and things like that. It wasn't any kind of event, any advertised, nothing like that. So I'm thinking they can cover like any other person can cover a song,
Hmm.
you know. But and you know, who knows? But there was no like charity link. There was no any kind of money link. So um, but I mean, you know, and we were also told that we were wrong about why they broke up, but I mean, you know, besides Wikipedia, every single other page, you know, says there was only one
Wikipedia
guy.
is, you know,
I mean, you know, there was only one guy, which was Chris, who stood with the producers, and everybody else stood with their parents, and or you know, just said like these accusations. So, I mean, we don't know what, you know, no one's ever went into humongous details about it, but from the research that we've done on multiple different sources, it does say that, you know, because they were exposed to girl or well, to
yeah.
women and things like that, you know, that the parents just had enough of that, you know.
Well, that's all we can do is the research that we can do, and we've been
Yeah,
very upfront and honest that this podcast is completely just two people's opinions, and that's what it
definitely,
is. So,
definitely.
I also want to talk about the Zoom chat that we had, or that mainly you had. You know, I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was kind of dead to the world and just out of it, but we had a lot of people show up for that, man.
We had quite a bit. Some of them said it was very overwhelming because of all the voices they were hearing,
Yeah, it is
and
what it
I said,
is.
y'all got to get some of these, man. Y'all could hear really, really good. Y'all could pick up on everything.
Yeah, it's just something that when you get a bunch of people together that are passionate about a subject, they
Sure.
talk,
And
you know.
everybody gets excited, which that's what we want. We don't want a Zoom call where we're just like, "So how's it going, guys? Oh, that's good." You know, we want the conversation to keep flowing.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Not everybody's as fluent as you and I. You know, I know when you're
Oh
going to
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
I know when you want to speak. Like you
yeah.
just you learn. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's good though. You know, that's it's good communication.
Yeah, I love talking to people from Australia. I mean, I've never in
Yeah, me
my
too.
life would think that we'd be able to communicate with people like that.
I know they're so interesting too. I'm fascinated.
Me too. So hello, hello. I'm like, ah, oh,
Hello,
Sarah's
mate.
here. Sarah's here. You had
Kangaroo.
sent me a note that said BSB live band versus click tracks. What does that mean, Caleb?
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about was, you know, uh, one thing I miss about Backstreet Boys that they don't do as much nowadays. It's very rare. Is when they do when they have a live band. Like for Good Morning America, things like that. They have a live band, um, and whenever they use a live band, it is so different. You know, you can tell
Yeah.
they enjoy it more because it's not that same track that's in their ear with something like this. And it does like boom, dum, 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 and then the instrumental starts and it lets them know when to sing and things like that. Um, you know, one thing I really do miss though is just a live band feature with the Backstreet Boys. If you guys look in the history of it, when they, you know, when they use a live band, it is absolutely like they're having fun with this, even more fun with their songs than
So
ever
like
because
Millennium was, right?
yeah, well, like I mean, recently, you know, they had done a live band with you know, like on Good Morning America, and and events like that. Anytime you see like keyboardists or drummers and things in the back, it's a live band. But like for the DNA tour, everything was on a click track. So the guy would hit this button right here on his computer, and it'll start the entire show, and that's including music, everything. So they would hear like uh, just some clicks in their head, and it lets them know when to start singing. Everything was cued. But with a
Whoa.
live band, everything is just live. Like they're like 3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
it having a live band brings a whole different thing to the show. I don't think Vegas had a live band either. But yeah, I was thinking about that the other night because I was watching I think it was the Orlando show, one of the shows in back in 98, 99, and they just it's a different feeling, you know.
It gets AJ all fired up. I know
Oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when you hear drums in your head,
Yeah.
and things like that, oh man, guitar riffs, yeah,
So
definitely.
what I can remember is the Orlando Homecoming show being one back in the day,
Mhm.
Millennium being one,
Yep,
and In a World Like This is the only ones I can remember that were live
yeah,
bands.
yep.
Is there one I'm missing?
Uh, I think Black and Blue, I think, or some of the dates.
Yeah.
I think in Mexico had a live band actually. But I mean, obviously, live bands cost a whole lot more money. Insurance, their pay, equipment, to haul around equipment. It is a whole lot of money, like millions of
Yeah, you're
dollars
not
for a
just
tour.
setting stages up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And with this, you're setting up the stage, you got the stage done, and you got the computer, you got the house, computer, everything, you're done. You run the wires, you're done. You just press play, and that's it.
So something that would be crazy about the click tracks is you have to, like, I mean, like you're saying, you hit start and
Mhm.
then it's going. Like you
Yeah.
have to stay on tempo at all
Yeah,
times,
you
right?
do. You do. You
You don't
do.
want
And
something to
and
go wrong in that show. That'd be nuts.
yeah, and that man, there's been in the history being recorded today, there's been a lot of things that go wrong. Especially when you're lip singing and you hear a track and um you're singing actually yeah, you're singing how did it go? Okay. So when you're lip singing and you think the you think they can hear you, but they're hearing like the wrong track. It's being transmitted. There's all kind of different like whoops,
Yeah. No, that would
in
be
music.
intense.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, man.
Same with like the dance routines. Like I've always heard about the horror
Mm.
stories of like Nick falling through a hole or something, you know, like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
man.
that'd be
That
nuts.
that would be insane. And then like he misses his cue, and so and they're
Or
just like,
the hat dance, like that's always
yeah.
something that you're risking, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember in Vegas. I think it was Brian who dropped the hat for all I have to give sequence. Whenever he kicked it,
Yeah.
it fell on the ground, and he was like,
So it's been a while since we've recorded one of these, man. I know that we did
"I
the
know."
Zoom chat last weekend, and there's just
Well,
been some things that came up, and
yeah, yeah. I mean, we've had a lot going on, and also we wanted to get our new equipment in to kind of be able to facilitate on the things that we want to do, how we want it to look, and just make things a lot easier for us. And we can say we've gotten, we finally got all our equipment in, and which is why we're in like different rooms right now.
yeah. So I
But
won't be doing mine from the kitchen ever again. I just got
oh
lucky that
yeah,
my son is at day camp and my daughter's just chilling, hanging out. So, uh, usually when he's here, it's
yeah,
It's like a
Yeah.
tornado running through the house, as as we're
Oh
prepping for
yeah,
his
yeah,
show or
yeah. I mean, that's
whatever.
just kids in general, man.
Yeah, he
But I mean, it's been we finally have all our stuff, and we kind of got it to where we're going to be in more of a routine, a better routine now. With whenever you have what you need, it's so much easier,
I agree.
versus not having what you need. And but yeah, it's been a long journey, but we have some nice equipment, so I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. It sure feels like longer than 14 episodes that we've been doing this, I mean,
I know, man. I was thinking about that the other day. I said, man, how many months is that?
yeah. So I mean, we've taken a week off once. We put out three in a week, 1 week. I mean, when
Yeah.
we first started, we were so fired up about it. Like, and I'm still
Oh
fired up. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong, but like,
Yeah.
it was like, dude, that was awesome. You want to do another one?
We also had a lot more time with the coronavirus, and we weren't going back to work, and
Yeah, I was
now
out
it's
for the
just like,
count.
well, now we have to schedule. Okay, let's do one. Let's do it Wednesday, and of course release it on Friday, and
Yeah,
which this one's going to be released today. We're actually recording this. I think it's Friday today.
I sure hope so. I don't
Um,
want to go to work tomorrow.
yeah, no, man. But yeah, we're actually releasing this the same day. This is we start recording this, early so we can go ahead and release it to you guys. But today we figured let's go ahead and do it on the day of.
Yeah. Something that I thought blew me away was I had a coworker reach out to me actually, and he's like, "Man, I came across your guys'," and he's like a 50-something-year-old man. So he's like, "Came across your guys' podcast, like,
Come
uh,
on.
you guys are in the wrong line of work, man. You need to be in the entertainment division. You need to be doing this and doing that." And I'm like, "Trust me, bruh. We would if somebody would reach out." So if you're watching this and you guys are looking for on-air personalities, Caleb and Matthew are available anytime, anywhere. We'll come to you.
Yes.
You know how awesome that would be to do this for a job, dude?
Oh yeah, man. And then you get paid. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So like again, the donations that everybody's been sending to us, thank you, first of all. We love you, secondly. And third,
Yeah.
as you can see, everything's went back into the show just like we promised.
Yeah. Yeah. We have receipts for everything.
Yeah, yeah, we sure do. I I it is a dream of mine. I've always wanted to be on the radio, you know what I mean? Like, but since podcasting came out, like this is a whole different form of radio and TV all mixed in one.
And as I'm saying that, it says your internet connection is unstable.
Yeah, you
Uh,
froze and I was like, "Are you still there?"
oh man. Yeah, see, as I'm talking about it, this is what happens. But but yeah, other than that, everything's great, guys. We do appreciate it. We asked you guys if you're able to keep the donations coming, because it does help us. It helps us move forward, and there's a couple more things we want to do. And with donations, it makes it so much simpler than us kind of stretching our pockets with having to afford the more expensive things that we need. So we do appreciate you guys. We thank you guys for the support also, because it means the world to us. Without it, there would be no freaking Frack show.
That's right.
You
That's
know.
right. I truly admire people that have the ability and can reach out and help, get things like this off the ground. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And we went from 500 members to over 10,000 in less than 14 weeks. So
Yeah, man, that's pretty huge.
yeah. So
I mean, I
Caleb,
know people have podcasts for years, and there's nothing. They have maybe 100, 300, 400 likes, and
yep,
we
I
have
agree.
well over 10,000.
How are you doing, man? How's everything in your neck of the woods and how you been holding up?
Man, everything's been okay here. There's just been right now in Louisiana, they said we're not going to phase 3 today because the numbers have jumped up alarmingly, increasingly like bad. Our governor said, it's been like just this week itself has been thousands of cases, like 300 to 500, 600 a day. I mean, it's been pretty bad. So we're not moving to phase 3 today. We're actually going to stay in phase 2. Some things are going to go back to phase one, like nursing homes and things. So, which is really, really sad because, the nursing home residents can't see their loved ones until after like this is all over. So we went, two step forwards. Now we're going one step back because things are not looking good for Louisiana. So I'm just gonna leave and go to Hawaii.
No, I'll come with you. I'll come with you. Yeah, so Nebraska, they will not ever dial it back. I mean, that's pretty much been set in stone,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, which
Wow.
scares me a little bit, but it is what it is.
It's
You know,
insane, man.
I don't understand it. I don't get what the big push is. We made it this far. Why
Yeah.
risk? And what I hate the most is, well, we've only had this or that many deaths this week. In my mind, one is too many.
Yeah, it is.
That's somebody's friend, father, grandparent. I hate
Yeah,
how
I
there's
agree.
not that love for life. Like that.
Yep.
It's mind
And
blowing to me.
that's what that's what a lot of people say too is only 35 people died. And I'm like, I know four of them personally.
Man, that's
So I
insane.
mean, it means a lot to me because like one was like a grandfather to me. I
Yeah,
mean, well, he was my grandpa in a way, but I knew him. So one of those deaths, you know, is a tremendous deal for me.
yeah. And I think it should be
Um,
for everybody, especially the people in leadership.
oh man, yeah, and I mean, and over here we got nothing. I mean, not in Morgan City, but in New Orleans, which is an hour away, we have people protesting and people doing horrendous things, and it's really a bad situation, and people are tired of the injustice that's going on in the world. So, but I mean, there's ways to do it and handle it accordingly, and I'm sorry, but what they're doing, in New Orleans, it's terrifying, man. It's
Yeah.
terrifying. It really is.
It's a very cruddy time to be living through. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't want to get too much into it, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
it's people's lives, man. You know what I mean?
It
It's
is.
I don't know. Some of those businesses are people's livelihoods, and some of those businesses barely got through Corona or COVID, and they're still fighting it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses around here are struggling, and I mean, the worst fear is if it goes back to phase one or something like. Yeah, Morgan City is not going to make it. Morgan
Yeah.
City is definitely not going to make it when it comes down to local businesses, local restaurants. Right now it's still bad. I mean, I think it's at 50% capacity right now. But if you can only do 5 tables at 50%, like it's
Hmm.
nothing.
Yep.
It's
No, I
nothing. You
agree. I
can't you
agree.
can't operate business like that.
It
So I
is
just
what it
stay I just
is.
stay at my house and
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying, I like being able to self quarantine and
Yeah.
I like it's peaceful. I mean, it's quiet
It's
as can be outside.
it's been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I spent a lot, through the downtime. I spent a lot of time with my family. I met you.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is I don't know, man. I don't mind it. I'm a
Mhm.
homebody anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's pluses and of course negatives to everything. But
Yeah.
uh,
Always.
you had a note down about next album release. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we have no information on that. But what I wanted to talk about was you know we talked about this before. Every album is experimental. Every single album they've done, I don't think there's been two of the same ever.
Agreed.
Um, styles, um, lyrics, everything is just completely different. What would you like to see on the next album release? Like, what kind of music when it comes down to um, their, because me personally, I would love to see them do, some kind of Not I mean, I would love the acoustic album, but they've been promising that for a couple years now, and I
Example,
mean,
AJ's country album.
yeah, and we waited long enough for that to only find
Yeah.
out it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them do a new album with songs like you know, Back to Your Heart, Don't Want to Lose You Now, things like that, like the lyrics wise. I would love to hear them do because DNA was amazing. I would say it was fantastic, but I was hoping there would be more songs like Just Like You Like It, from
Yeah.
DNA. That was a fantastic song.
I agree.
So what would be your kind of, I guess you could say, a dream album in
Well,
a
if an
sense?
album was released tomorrow, I think they should
Mhm.
re-release In a World Like This because I think that thing would hit
That's fantastic. Yeah. Oh
skyrocketing
yeah.
numbers in a world like this today. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah. That'll be
I
the new album.
that'd be the anthem of 2020, man. I tell you what.
Yep.
Something that I think that I want to go back and listen to more of, which in a sense means that I would want more of that type of album, is a
Mhm.
not with Kevin added in a This Is Us type of album. To me that felt more
Yeah.
live bandish.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but it was an album that I don't think got much of attention at the time, and
Yeah.
now people like almost boycott it
Yeah.
because Kevin's not on it. But yeah, I uh, I am a big fan of those tracks off of that album. Same with
Yeah.
Never Gone. We celebrated
I
that through our
know.
Zoom chat, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of those songs off of that album are underrated.
It is. It is. I mean, Never Gone. Never Gone itself was just wonderful, man. I don't remember. I don't remember it getting the buzz. I remember Incomplete, such a big thing back in the day, but I don't know if the album had gotten this humongous buzz because it was just like they were coming off on this high for like years and years and years and years, and um, but I know, of course, like This Is Us, it. I mean, I heard about it. I'd gotten it on day one, but like the world just didn't. Same thing was In a World Like This. It's just they didn't get the the attention it deserved. And In a World Like This is the perfect anthem for the coronavirus. For the perfect anytime something bad happens, it is the absolute perfect anthem. And I'm so shocked that it didn't skyrocket recently,
Yeah.
in sales or anything, and that would have been amazing though.
Yeah. So I think what the problem is they're perfectionist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you take
Mhm.
4 years to come out with an album, uh, people think of that as, oh, well, they're not relevant anymore. That's not the case. The case is
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
want to produce music that they are also proud of, not just to produce it, to mass produce it. That's the problem with
Yeah.
music these days. I sound so old. That's the problem with this year's generation, boy. It's it's they're not gonna.
Problem, boy.
No, we're yawning and it's only 10:30 in the morning.
Oh, that was a fake yawn. I'm sorry.
But you know what I'm saying? Like when they
Yeah.
take the
Yeah.
time to pour their souls into an album or a song, the
Yeah.
world just keeps going. It bypasses them, and I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It is sad too, man, because there are a lot of people who release albums once every 4, 6, 10 years. I mean, and when it does come out, it's like, well, this is why it took forever because look how great it is.
Yeah.
But there have been in the past where they came out, excuse me, musicians came out and it was just like, this is garbage. I waited 30 years for this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a happy medium there, like
Hmm.
take your time, give us something that you're proud of, that we're proud of, to call
Yeah,
you our band,
yeah.
but also it better be worth it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And for the Backstreet Boys, we know what we're getting. We're
Yeah.
getting, they're putting 100% into these albums. You know, some songs it makes me question, how this got, how this made it instead of being cut. But not that it's a bad song. It's just I think each album, has a vibe, has a feeling, and just some songs it's like, well, this is random. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember Trust Me from In a World Like This. It was just so
Easy.
random. Like,
Easy.
I know, man. It was just weird though, because I was just like, why is this on this album?
Yeah, no, I totally understand it. When I met Howie, he had
You
asked,
asking that?
he had asked the question to the crowd or something for the VIP people, and it was something about underrated songs, and I jumped up and I was like, "Trust me." He goes, "Oh, so we're going to talk about songs I wrote or something like that." It was
Oh
something crazy
man,
like
that's
that.
awesome, man.
He's
I'm
such a
sure
good
he doesn't
dude.
remember the lyrics anymore
He
for
even
that one.
says it. He goes, "Man, we've came out with so much music that it's
Yeah,
hard for me to remember it."
yeah, because like even like the ones that we love, they would do them at sound checks and they're reading the the words on their phone.
Yeah.
He's like, how's this go? I don't know how it got so crazy. And he's like, how's it go? How's the tempo? And I'm like, how do you forget that song? You know?
Uh, I had a question for you. I have a couple questions for you that
Hmm.
I just thought of. Would you rather go to an after party or a sound check?
Sound check.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'd
because
love an
I
after party,
mean,
but you know,
I like an after party, but I've watched enough videos to know I don't want to go to an after party. The boys are just
especially
hanging out
now.
with the, with their people and stuff, and the girls are all trying to get them and get into that VIP part, and it's way overcrowded, especially at the not I guess it was Chateau or one of those places
The
in
chateau.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to the after party. That was I watched enough videos and know like, nah, I'm good.
And they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah, I think they're overpriced to you might get two of the boys. You don't know who's coming. You don't know who's gonna be there to perform. You don't know if they're gonna even perform.
And they're not
So
performing, they're karaokeing.
yeah,
They're singing
yeah,
to the actual track, which is fine, whatever. But I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I don't want to hear you go, okay, you sing, you know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
whole time, like I want the rawness. That's something I think about a sound check that would be nice is you get
yeah.
them raw, you get it, hey, you don't know what you're gonna expect. They could mess up.
Yep.
I love that stuff, man.
Oh yeah, me too.
They're
Me too. And
human. They're human.
I mean the sound checks they always do, the songs that you would never think you'd hear live again. You
Hmm.
know, I know like in a world like this, they had done they brought on Gary Baker, I think his name is, the one who wrote Back to Your Heart,
Oh wow.
I believe, and he was playing it while they were singing it and things
That's
like that.
awesome.
And yeah, man, that was amazing. So I mean, sound checks are just you don't know what you're gonna get, but you know you're gonna get something.
Hmm.
And the after parties, you don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be pleasant when it comes down to the crowd and just
Yeah.
no room at all. You know,
That's what I always
yeah,
thought about the cruises too, you know. But the way
I
our
know.
one guest made it seem is you get your
Yeah,
time and all that, but I'm still in the back of my mind, man. You're packing thousands of people onto a boat.
yep.
You
And
know,
they're all hunting the Backstreet Boys.
that's the
It's game
thing,
of
man.
it's the
Would it
Hunger
be fun?
Games.
It is like the Hunger Games. Good point. I don't even know if that would be fun, man. I want a concert. I want to go. I want to
Yeah.
leave, and I want to relive it. And it's just, I don't know. It'd be cool to get all those events. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
all in a week's time. But
Yeah.
like, are you really going to enjoy that? Or are you just going to be running looking for them? Like that's what 95% of those things are,
Yeah.
let's be honest, females running towards
Yeah.
wherever they are, man, bum rushing them.
Yeah.
Are they having fun? Probably not, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know I had read some horror stories of the Backstreet Boys cruise, where they said like Brian was just being very arrogant and rude because I mean he was just you know when you got all these females all these men chasing you and just you never can have a break.
Hmm.
It can get stressful. you know.
Yeah, I imagine.
And I mean, I can imagine. Hey, everybody has their bad moments. Everybody has their bad days, and I know there was a girl who was complaining one time. She said she wanted to take a picture with Brian, and they found him. Brian was like, no, no pictures, and things like that. And of course, she paid thousands of dollars to be on the cruise, so she made a big fuss about it. Which I mean, I can definitely understand that, but it's just like when does it stop for them where they can
Hmm.
actually kind of breathe and
I
you
bet they've
know
enjoyed this downtime, to be honest.
oh, I bet so too, man. They this is probably the longest downtime they've had of you know where, hey, you don't have to come into work.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, yeah, just hang out with your kids, with your wife, and
Yeah.
just relax. you know I mean,
If you
it's too
imagine we
nice.
enjoy it, imagine what they
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, for they don't. I mean, they obviously have to keep in shape, and which I saw AJ was and I think Brian were doing this challenge where they were getting in shape and for like 14, 21 days and everything, um and I mean they both reshaped themselves, through
Hmm.
this process.
It's a good time for it.
Yeah, it is. It's probably the best time, man.
So I asked this during the Zoom chat, and I want to make it public. I want to know if they require masks at concerts. Are you
Yeah.
going to go?
Uh, yeah, I think I would, but but an outside pavilion, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I mean, I think they will require it. I mean, truthfully, if I mean, because at first, like AMC had said, mask won't be required. We're opening up July 14th, and then they ended up 24 hours later said mask will be required. And now last night they announced movies are being pushed to the end of July because the spikes in New York and California and over here and things. California and New York are the two biggest distributors in the world for movie premieres and things. So that's where like the major money is. Of course,
Hmm.
California as well. California has so many theaters, but I mean, when it comes down to it, though, I would still go, but man, it would probably be a little difficult.
Yeah.
You know, it really would.
Here's my thought process on that.
Mhm.
If you are saying that we need to wear masks, then you're saying it's not safe enough to be there. That's
Yeah,
how I've always
yeah,
thought about it. If you're requiring
that's
me
a
to wear a
great
mask
way.
at work, then you're
Yeah.
telling me it's not safe enough for me to be at work.
Hmm.
I mean, that is what it is. I'm not, I'm not terrified of it and all that.
Yeah.
But if you're saying we are going to get thousands and thousands of people together in the same pavilion, but you have to wear a mask, you're telling me it's not safe enough for me to be there, which in turn,
Yep.
I could be bringing something back to my kids. Those masks aren't foolproof.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's scary, man. Thankfully we're both in good health and everything. Your kids and your wife are in good health, but like, I mean, the idea of bringing something back from a concert. I mean, if you look at it, in last weekend in Baton Rouge,
Hmm.
which is about an hour from me as well, they ended up reporting that there's a place called Tigerland, and what Tigerland is three bars next to each other like this, and they reported over 100 cases that occurred in Tigerland in one weekend,
I read that.
and it's like that was the point even where the governor even said Monday, that was the point where we're not ready. He
Yeah.
said that is insane. Over 100, at least over 100, including the workers itself. You know, cases in one weekend from
Man,
Tigerland. They
and that's
traced it
just three
back to
bars.
Tigerland.
Three
Yeah,
bars.
it's three bars. I forgot what they're called, but yeah, it's three bar. I've never been to them. Passed by it the other
Better not
day,
call it
and I
out
was like,
anyways.
Corona. Corona.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Every time I cough somewhere, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I've been
Oh
tested.
yeah.
You know?
Oh Lord. Especially when I'm drinking water. I'm like,
Yeah.
like right now, I have I have sinuses, so everyone's gonna think I have Corona.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just stay away from me. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. Don't come close to me then.
No,
Maybe it's not a
no.
bad thing. I don't like people coming close to me anyway. So,
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, the other day we were eating at a restaurant, and it was just it was me and Vicky. It was I think our first time eating in a restaurant since all this, and there was a couple, like a four people next to me, like almost on my shoulder, talking, and I'm just like, "Are y'all serious?"
yeah, dude, do you not
Like I
understand?
could feel your spit hitting my face,
Uh,
you know, and that's how I
yuck.
know, like, we're not ready. We're not ready
No,
here.
the
And
world isn't ready.
And same thing with concerts. Like if I have to go to a Backstreet Boy concert, sing and dance in a mask, that's not gonna work for me.
Just think about if we were in the circle, man. I mean, you're bump to bump with people,
Yep.
shoulder to shoulder. Like, if I'm not gonna be able to get a high five from my guys, I don't want to
Yep.
go. You know?
Yeah, there's no interaction. I mean, I've been to a lot of concerts where there's absolutely no interaction. And there are some concerts that shouldn't, like Guns N' Roses. You know, Axl did not interact with the crowd at all. It was a 3.5 hour show. And that's fine. But if I'm going to see the Backstreet Boys and there's no interaction, that's not good.
No,
Not
it's
when I
not a
paid
Backstreet Boys.
$500 for a pit, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Those prices are going through the roof.
They are. And but the good news is whenever they go down to like $99, we're gonna
Heck
get
yeah.
them.
Heck yeah. I'll wait it out, baby. I'll wait it out. That's what the
I
people
will
did to
too.
me. People did that to me
Yep.
last year, and it made me so angry. I'm like, you mean to
I
tell
know.
me?
I know. Whenever I did that and I posted it, oh my goodness, I got so many
Uh,
terrible messages
you
about
posted it
myself
to the
because
wrong group.
yeah, I posted it on every
Don't
single
say it.
Backstreet Boy
Yeah.
group, and they were like, "Well, I paid 400." I'm like, "I paid 129
Man.
for this." And then whenever we got there, that's when they were even more angry about it because they were like, "How much you pay for your seat?" I'm like, 129. What did you pay?
Hmm.
600 or 1,000, I think it
Yeah.
was, or something like that. 799. I'm like,
That's what happened to me at the Howie D show, man. Is I told you I got chosen from their road crew lady to come and meet him, and the ladies that were there told me that they were going. They're like, "Hey, you got a VIP meet and greet?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't. I'll take my luck." Then they saw me on stage, and I'm like, "Hey, hi,
oh,
I made it." And they're like,
that jerk.
"What?" He did. The
That
only
jerk.
male in the group, and somehow, some way. I'm like, get out of here, man. Just be happy for people. How about that?
He snuck in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Um,
no.
well, I think that should wrap up our mini show for the week, man.
Yeah, yeah, we figure it's a good time to do it, man.
Yeah,
Um, and just want to reach out to you guys and just tell you we're doing okay, and we should be doing them back to weekly, but every now and then we will take a week or a break for a week or so, especially if we have a really hectic schedule or something, which most of the time we're able to fit this in perfectly because this is like our, not even our hobby, it's just our passion.
yep.
So, but every now and then we will take a break, but we'll do something that week, whether it's a Zoom call, whether it's some kind of chat with somebody or with multiple people. But yeah, we want to go ahead and just end this with a big thank you to you guys. We really do appreciate you guys so much. It's been fantastic 14 weeks of doing this, or 16 really. But yeah, we thank you guys for the support. And yeah, I mean, I could just tell you thank you 100 times.
Yeah. Keep donating to the cause. Keep donating to the podcast. Keep donating to the show.
Definitely.
Everybody that has and has been able to, thank you very much. As long as there's a Backstreet, there'll be the frickin' Frack podcast. So no worries there.
Yes.
Can't wait to come out there and meet you, man. After baseball's over, we'll get this thing hashed out and I'll be on my way.
Hey, can you hear my stomach grumbling?
No, yeah, my dog's
Okay, because I was like, wow, that's very loud.
my dog's been whining at me.
Uh,
So yeah,
no,
we
but
love you
I
guys.
definitely can't wait, man. We're definitely gonna hook up soon, and when we do, it'll be like a live event on the freaking
That'll be
Frack
sweet,
show.
man. Can't wait, dude.
Yes,
Can't wait.
yes. So,
This is
all right, guys. So this is episode 14, I think,
yep,
or 13,
14.
14. And thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. We'll see y'all
Podcast for
soon.
the fans by the fans. Peace.
Pew.